To be honest, guys, watching this movie, I'm sitting in the theater and I'm thinking to myself, I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, it's like many different films, but the story, it's just original. I don't know. What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. Today's review is for a new sci-fi action adventure movie directed by a very well-known director that does visual effects extremely well. And that movie is Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets, based off the unknown graphic novel of the same name. Anyway, this film is directed by Luc Besson, and it stars Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne as two partners who are kind of like action spies, if you want to call it that. And basically the plot to this movie is Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne are partners. They work for this government organization in space, and there's this race of creatures. They have their own planet that's gorgeous and beautiful until it randomly gets destroyed by this other government agency for no particular reason because of the race that they are. And so Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne decide they want to solve the case to help bring back this planet to these creatures and try to find out the person or the group of people that did this and bring them to justice, basically. I kind of didn't know what to think about this movie going into it. I haven't seen any of Luc Besson's previous films, like The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. I haven't seen that movie, but from what I've heard, it's pretty visually spectacular and pretty underrated. And also Leon the Professional, which is a movie I've never even heard of. Based off the trailers, I saw that this movie looked gorgeous visually, and it had two actors that have been in some really shitty movies in the past, like Dane DeHaan, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Cara Delevingne in Suicide Squad, and now they're coming together in this movie, and I was hoping this movie could be fun, at least, and my overall thoughts in this movie, it's fine. It's not a great movie. It's an enjoyable movie at times. It's a summer blockbuster popcorn movie, if you want to call it that. And I left the movie pretty visually amazed, but not blown away as a movie. But let's go straight into the positives. The biggest praise I have for Valerian is the visual effects, and I'm going to keep saying visuals, because everything visually about this film is beautiful. The camera standpoint, the cinematography, all the action, the technical aspects is just gorgeous. And this movie has so many homages and like tribulations to Avatar, James Cameron's film, and also Star Wars. Luc Besson had inspiration for Star Wars and Avatar making this movie, and I can easily tell because I've seen those films. The action sequences were fun. They're pretty intense and fun to watch. It had some cool music to accompany it, and they were pretty entertaining. There's one action sequence in particular with Dane DeHaan that I thought was really well shot, and it was really entertaining. And I would say the performances from Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne were fine. They were good, but when it comes to the chemistry, that's where my negatives fall. I would say performance-wise, they did fine. And that's kind of where my negatives start. So let's talk about what I didn't like about Valerian. One of my flaws with this movie is Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne's chemistry. It usually lies with humor and a romantic side that I felt kind of fell flat. I believed it wasn't necessary. I didn't buy them as a romantic couple. And there's so many jokes that just does not work, and it's not that funny. It's kind of like Dane DeHaan is trying to be Han Solo and Cara Delevingne's trying to be Princess Leia. And it just does not work, and I didn't believe it. And another thing, it's the overall story. It's a very weird, confusing movie that doesn't know what direction it wants to go for. Like, this movie, it feels like 3 different movies all in one. The first act feels like an Avatar movie, James Cameron. The second act is kind of like Star Wars. becomes a Star Wars movie from time to time, and the final act and the first couple acts feels like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie where it tries to attempt humor and it doesn't work. It's not that funny. I kind of felt like Luc Besson didn't know what direction he wanted to take the story in, and it's kind of a mess, and it's confusing at best. This movie is just style over substance. It's like a Guy Ritchie movie at times, and sometimes Edgar Wright is kind of called a style over substance director, but everything about this film, visually it's miraculous, but story-wise it's confusing, and I feel it falls in the genre of style over substance that I kind of get confused by with movies today. That's all my thoughts on Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Visually, this movie's amazing. I would definitely recommend seeing it in 3D, or if there's an IMAX, definitely check it out. But just as a movie overall, it wasn't amazing or great. It's above average at best. It's a see it on a weekend or something, but definitely not a movie you want to see more than once. It's not that great. The performances are fine. The action's enjoyable. Just meh. On my rating scale, I'm going to give Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright guys, that was my review for Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. Have you guys seen it yet? Did you love it, think it was okay, or did you absolutely hate it? Let me know down below. I just uploaded my Dunkirk review. Go check that out on my channel if you want to hear my thoughts on it. Thank you guys as always for watching this review. And if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe today for more content. All my social media links are in the description down below. Be sure to click that notification bell on your way out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!